The Spy is my favourite class in the game. You either hate him because he backstabs you, or you love the playstyle and the adrenaline-fueled moments you get with this class, like, ooh, when's he gonna show up? To, okay, this is fine. Moments where Pyro is spy checking, and just a disclaimer, this footage is from casual lobbies, but anyway, let's learn about the Spy. Hailing from an intermediate region of France, the Spy is an enthusiast of sharp suits and even sharper knives. Using a unique array of cloaking watches, he can render himself invisible or even fake his own death, leaving unaware opponents off guard. His disguise kit lets him take on any form of any class, on either team, allowing him to blend in while being behind enemy lines before stabbing his unsuspected teammates in the back. The Spy also has a somewhat decent health pool for stock weapons, but for other weapons I'll get into them shortly. The Spy starts off with 125 HP and an overheal of 185, which is an okay amount to last a bit in a gunfight. The weapons that for Spy, let's start off with his revolvers. The stock revolver and its reskins are really good for an all-around output. No buffs and no cons. And good for consistent damage output and easy for anyone to use, but it's mainly used by professional Spy players due to its place in the game. It has an ammo capacity of 6 rounds and can carry 24. Which is enough to last you a long time. It has a base damage of 40 HP, and on crits a whopping 128 damage. Next up is the Ambassador. This weapon is good in my opinion. For me, it's my favourite due to it having slower firing speed, which makes it easier to time my shots. It carries the same amount of ammunition as the stock revolver. The base damage is 34 HP and the crits are 54 to 102. The cons of the Ambassador is the pros for the Ambassador is crits on headshot, which is amazing and it's perfect for spies who have a good aim and it can wipe out small groups if need be. The downside is the accuracy of each shot decreases after the initial shot and a minus 15% damage penalty, 20% slower firing speed and no random crits. But ever since the Ambassador got nerfed in the Mercenary Park update, the critical damage is affected by range, and at a far does a weak 46 damage. This weapon is good for spies who have a good aim and for close combat. Next up is I can't pronounce this. Right, if I keep stuttering in this, I've got stuttering problems, but I'm probably gonna butcher this name. The Letranger? Same ammo capacity and has a base damage of 32 and a good critical damage of 96. This weapon is good and it gives a 40% extra cloak duration, which is, if you pair it with the cloak and dagger, it's godlike. And to make it even better, it gives 15% cloak back on hit. This weapon is amazing for longer maps such as payload and control point maps. The only downside is that it takes 20% of your health, which drops you down to 105 HP, which is insta-kill by many things in TF2. Next revolver is the Enforcer. This revolver is okay, but not great. It has a base damage of 40 and a critical damage of 120. It gives a 20% damage bonus while disguised and also pierced damage resistance effects and bonuses, which is good but rare to find in most cases. The downsides are 20% slower firing speed and no random and critical hits. So say goodbye to them, suckers, you won't be needing them. In a dark corner of spy mains lies a weapon so good and godlike Gay Ben does not even know how to use its power. It's none other than the Diamondback. This revolver is god. It's so good it has a base damage of 34 and a crit of 102. And it gives free crits for doing normal spy things, such as backstabs, buildings destroyed. It can hold up to 35 crits, which is just amazing in general. You could just wipe out towns of engineers, the cluster of people on payload maps. The downsides, which don't really matter if you're getting free goddamn crits, are minus 50% damage penalty and no random or critical hits. But who cares? This weapon just plows through people in seconds if you stock up on crits. And next up are the spy's melee and its reskins. The Sharp Dresser and the Black Rose, since they are... We're gonna skip the stock and its reskins. The Sharp Dresser and the Black Rose, since they all work the same. The stock is a normal ballast long knife which insta-kills and backstab. That's it, nothing really to talk about on stock knives. First up is the Eternal Award. I like this knife, it's good. Its main buff is on kill. It silently automatically disguises you as the person you just kill with the knife. The victim does not make any noise, which is amazing when there are a lot of enemy teammates standing by you, instead of them screaming as they normally do when you backstab them and everyone turning around and you're in a pickle. Which is amazing when there are a lot of other enemy teammates standing near you. And to make it even better, the bodies disappear and backstab, leaving no trace that you was there, and even better, it does not show up on the enemy's kill feed if backstab. The really bad downside is the 33 plus cloak drain rate, which makes it really hard to travel across the map, and to make it even worse, to disguise it needs a full cloak meter and takes it all, leaving you helpless in some places. Next up is the Karina's Cover Eye. This knife is really good due to its absorbing all the health from your victim. It can overheal up to 300% of the spy's reduced health. Yes, reduced health to 70, which makes you die instantly to every class. In some cases, you can even die just to stray rockets or just a scout. Yeah, a scout. Next up is the Big Earner. One word, just one word to sum this goddamn knife up. Speed. Just plain speed. Because on kill it gives you a 3-second speed boost and gives you 30% of your cloak meter on kill, which can make some great escapes from running away from the group herd of pyros, etc, and really good chain backstabs. Next up is the Spy Icicle. Just no. Who would even use this? Why? It's terrible. The Spy's Invis Watchers are really good. The stock and its reskins cloak the spy for 9 seconds, and cloak can be refilled from ammo packs. The cloak and dagger is the best Invis Watch. It can refill spy's cloak by standing still. It has a 100% recharge rate, but the cloak meter cannot be refilled while invisible, and it reduces cloak for ammo packs by 35%. The Dead Ringer is amazing. When holding it out, any damage the spy gets exposed to will make him fake his own death, which can fool players, allowing him to backstab them off guard. The downsides are he cannot cloak on will, only when damage is given to him. Ammo kits and dispensers do not refill his cloak meter. It also has a super loud distinctive decloak sound, and cloak must be fully recharged before use. As playing as Spy for a while, I've seen to notice people like to just walk their backs into Spy's loving arms. Like, does no one know that the spy class exists? And even sometimes you just die over and over and over again. I would like to thank everyone who watched this. These videos take a lot of time and effort to make. These sort of things are hard. But, you know, I've got stuttering problems, but hey, I'm not the greatest, but I hope you guys enjoy the videos. Please press like and subscribe and leave a comment on the feedback, and I'll see you on the control point. Peace.